Have you ever set a goal, only to watch it slip away like sand through your fingers? You're not alone. Today, we're tackling the art of goal sticking, and trust me, it's more complex than you might think. Hey there, goal setters and dream chasers. Welcome to a no-nonsense guide on how to actually stick to your goals. We're not here for surface-level advice or quick fixes. We're diving into the nitty-gritty of human psychology and behavior change, so buckle up. First things first, forget everything you think you know about willpower. That's right, willpower isn't the magic key to achieving your goals. In fact, relying solely on willpower is a recipe for failure. Why? Because willpower is a finite resource. It's like a muscle that gets fatigued with use. This phenomenon, known as ego depletion, means that the more decisions you make throughout the day, the harder it becomes to resist temptations. So, what's the alternative? It's all about creating systems and environments that make achieving your goals the path of least resistance. This concept, known as choice architecture, involves structuring your environment to nudge you towards desired behaviors. Let's say your goal is to read more books. Instead of relying on willpower to choose reading over Netflix every night, try this. Place books strategically around your living space. Put one by your bed, one on the coffee table, one in the bathroom. Make it easier to grab a book than to reach for the TV remote. This simple change can dramatically increase your reading time without requiring constant mental effort. But here's where it gets interesting. The way you frame your goals can make or break your success. Most people set outcome goals, like lose 20 pounds or save $5,000. While these sound concrete, they're actually setting you up for failure. Why? Because they focus on results that are often outside your direct control. Instead, focus on process goals. These are the daily actions that lead to your desired outcome. So instead of lose 20 pounds, your goal might be prepare healthy meals 5 days a week or exercise for 30 minutes daily. This shift in focus does two things. It gives you clear, actionable steps, and it allows you to celebrate small wins regularly, which boosts motivation. Now, let's talk about the elephant in the room: failure. It's not just possible, it's inevitable. The key is how you respond to it. Most people treat a slip-up as a total derailment. Miss one workout. Might as well give up on the whole fitness goal, right? Wrong. This all-or-nothing thinking is a cognitive distortion that sabotages progress. Instead, adopt a growth mindset. View setbacks as learning opportunities. Missed a workout, great. Now you have data. What led to that miss? Was it scheduling? Lack of energy? Identify the obstacle and strategize around it. This approach turns failures into stepping stones rather than roadblocks. Here's a technique most gurus won't tell you about: implementation intentions. It's a fancy term for a simple but powerful strategy. Instead of just setting a goal, you create an if-then plan. If situation X arises, then I will perform response Y. For example, if I feel the urge to procrastinate, then I will work on my task for just 5 minutes. This strategy works because it removes the need for in-the-moment decision-making. You've already decided how you'll respond to potential obstacles. It's like programming your brain in advance, making it easier to stay on track when challenges arise. Now, let's address a controversial topic: the dark side of goal setting. Yes, you heard that right. Sometimes, goals can actually be detrimental. How? When they become so all-consuming that they blind you to other important aspects of life. This tunnel vision can lead to unethical behavior, neglect of relationships, or burnout. The solution: adopt a systems-based approach. Instead of fixating on a specific end goal, focus on developing systems and habits that move you in the right direction. For instance, instead of aiming to write a best-selling novel, commit to writing 500 words daily. This approach keeps you progressing without the pressure and potential downsides of an all-or-nothing goal. Let's talk about the power of social accountability. Humans are inherently social creatures, and we're wired to care about what others think of us. Use this to your advantage. Share your goals publicly, or better yet, find an accountability partner. But here's the twist: to choose someone you respect but aren't too close to. Why? Because we're more likely to follow through on commitments to acquaintances than to close friends or family. It's a psychological quirk known as the stranger effect. Now, here's a technique that might surprise you: negative visualization. It sounds counterintuitive, right? Aren't we supposed to stay positive? Well, not always. Negative visualization, a practice borrowed from Stoic philosophy, involves imagining worst-case scenarios. How does this help with goal achievement? It does two things: it helps you prepare for potential obstacles, and it increases your appreciation for what you already have. This combination of preparedness and gratitude can be a powerful motivator. Let's delve into the concept of identity-based habits. Most people approach habit formation from the outside in. They focus on changing behaviors. But lasting change happens from the inside out. Instead of saying "I want to quit smoking," say "I am not a smoker." This subtle shift changes your self-perception, making it easier to align your actions with your new identity. Here's a mind-bending concept: the idea of multiple selves. We often think of ourselves as single, consistent entities. But in reality, our present self and future self can have very different priorities. Your present self might prefer immediate gratification, while your future self values long-term rewards. Acknowledging this can help you make decisions that serve your long-term goals. Try writing a letter to your future self, or use apps that visually age your photo. These exercises can strengthen your connection to your future self, making it easier to make choices that align with your goals. Now, let's talk about the power of micro-commitments. We often fail to achieve our goals because we set the bar too high initially. Instead, start with ridiculously small commitments. Want to develop a meditation habit? Start with just 1 minute a day. Want to write a book? Commit to writing 1 sentence daily. These micro-commitments serve two purposes. They build momentum, and they help establish the neural pathways associated with the new habit. Here's a technique that's rarely discussed: mental contrasting. It involves vividly imagining your desired future, then immediately contrasting it with your present reality. This creates a psychological tension that motivates action. But here's the key: follow this with implementation intentions. Remember those. This combination, known as WOP wish, outcome, obstacle, plan, has been shown to be highly effective in goal achievement. Let's address a common pitfall: the planning fallacy. We humans are notoriously bad at estimating how long tasks will take. We're overly optimistic, which often leads to frustration and giving up when things take longer than expected. Combat this by using the multiply by pi rule. Now, let's talk about the power of environment design. Your surroundings have a profound impact on your behavior, often in ways you don't even realize. Want to eat healthier? Rearrange your kitchen so the first things you see are healthy options. Want to exercise more? Leave your workout clothes and shoes by your bed. These small environmental tweaks can have a big impact on your daily choices. Here's a counterintuitive tip: sometimes, to achieve your goals, you need to quit. Yes, you heard that right. Knowing when to abandon a goal is just as important as knowing how to pursue one. If a goal no longer aligns with your values or circumstances, holding on to it can prevent you from moving forward. The key is to quit strategically, not impulsively. Regularly review your goals and ask yourself, if I weren't already committed to this, would I start now? Let's wrap up with a powerful but often overlooked strategy: leverage your chronotype. We all have natural biological rhythms that affect our energy and focus throughout the day. Some of us are night owls, others are early birds. Instead of fighting against your natural rhythm, work with it. Schedule your most important goal-related tasks during your peak hours. This alignment can significantly boost your productivity and increase your chances of success. Remember, sticking to your goals isn't about perfection, it's about progress. It's about understanding yourself, your environment, and the complex interplay between the two. It's about developing systems that work for you, not against you. And most importantly, it's about persistence in the face of setbacks. So, are you ready to transform your approach to goal achievement? Remember, knowledge is only potential power. The real magic happens when you apply what you've learned. Start small, be consistent, and watch as your goals transform from distant dreams to lived realities. You've got this.